Turkish cuisine, Turkish, Turk mutfağı, is largely the heritage of Ottoman cuisine, which can be described as a fusion and refinement of Central Asian, Middle Eastern, Mediterranean and Balkan cuisines. Turkish cuisine has in turn influenced those and other neighbouring cuisines, including those of Western Europe. The Ottomans fused various culinary traditions of their realm with influences from Middle Eastern cuisines, along with traditional Turkic elements from Central Asia, such as yogurt, creating a vast array of specialities, many with strong regional associations. Turkish cuisine varies across the country. The cooking of Istanbul, Bursa, Izmir, and rest of the Aegean region inherits many elements of Ottoman court cuisine, with a lighter use of spices, a preference for rice over bulgur, koftes, and a wider availability of vegetables, staw, turlu, eggplant, stuffed dolmas and fish. The cuisine of the Black Sea region uses fish extensively, especially the Black Sea anchovy, hamsi, has been influenced by Balkan and Slavic cuisine, and includes maize dishes. The cuisine of the southeast, Urfa, Gaziantep and Adana, is famous for its kebabs, mezes and dough-based desserts such as baklava, kadayıf and künefe, especially in the western parts of Turkey, where olive trees grow abundantly. Olive oil is the major type of oil used for cooking. The cuisines of the Aegean, Marmara and Mediterranean regions are rich in vegetables, herbs, and fish. Central Anatolia has many famous specialties, such as keskek, kashkak, mant, especially from Kayseri, and gozlim. A specialty's name sometimes includes that of a city or region, either in or outside of Turkey, and may refer to the specific technique or ingredients used in that area. For example, the difference between Urfa kebab and Adana kebab is the thickness of the skewer and the amount of hot pepper that kebab contains. Urfa kebab is less spicy and thicker than Adana kebab. Turks usually prefer a simple breakfast. A typical Turkish breakfast consists of cheese, bezpeynir, kazaret, etc., butter, olives, eggs, tomatoes, cucumbers, jam, honey, and kaymak. Sucuk, spicy Turkish sausage, can be eaten with eggs. Pesma, börek, simit, porgaza and soups are eaten as a morning meal in Turkey. A common Turkish speciality for breakfast is called menemen, which is prepared with tomatoes, green peppers, onion, olive oil and eggs. Invariably, Turkish tea is served at breakfast. The Turkish word for breakfast, kahvaltı, means before coffee, coffee, alt, under. In the past, Turks survived famines by minimizing the consumption of food. Therefore, in the morning time they consumed only water and bread that would often be dry and stale from being conserved, due to shortages in agricultural harvest. This practice was adopted into Turkish culture and the dish was named irachu. Homemade food. Homemade food is still preferred by Turkish people, although the newly introduced way of life pushes the new generation to eat out. Turkish people generally prefer to eat at home. A typical meal starts with soup, in the winter, followed by a dish made of vegetables or legumes boiled in a pot, typically with meat or minced meat, often with or before rice or bulgur pilaf, in addition of a salad or kak, made from diluted yogurt and minced cucumbers. Restaurants. Although fast food is gaining popularity and many major foreign fast food chains have opened all over Turkey, Turkish people still rely primarily on the rich and extensive dishes of Turkish cuisine. In addition, some traditional Turkish foods, especially kofte, dona, kokos, börek and gozlim, are often served as fast food in Turkey. Eating out has always been common in large commercial cities. Esnaf lokantası, meaning restaurants for shopkeepers and tradesmen, are widespread, serving traditional Turkish home cooking at affordable prices. Summer cuisine. In the hot Turkish summer, a meal often consists of fried vegetables such as eggplant, aubergine, and peppers or potatoes served with yogurt and tomato sauce. Menemen and slb are our typical summer dishes, based on eggs, sheep's cheese, cucumbers, tomatoes, watermelons and melons also make a light summer meal. Those who like helva for dessert prefer summer helva, which is lighter and less sweet than the regular one. Key ingredients. Frequently used ingredients in Turkish specialties include lamb, beef, chicken, fish, eggplants, green peppers, onions, garlic, lentils, beans, and tomatoes. Nuts, especially pistachios, chestnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, and walnuts, together with spices, have a special place in Turkish cuisine, and are used extensively in desserts or eaten separately. Preferred spices and herbs include parsley, cumin, black pepper, paprika, mint, oregano, pulbiber, red pepper, allspice, and thyme. Olive are also common on various breakfasts and meze tables frequently. In Turkey, Sunni iftars opened with olives since the Ottomans. Oils and fats, butter or margarine, olive oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, and corn oil are widely used for cooking. Sesame, hazelnut, peanut and walnut oils are used as well. Kuyruk, tail fat of sheep, is sometimes used in kebabs and meat dishes. Fruit. The rich and diverse flora of Turkey means that fruit is varied, abundant and cheap. In Ottoman cuisine, fruit frequently accompanied meat as a side dish. Plums, apricots, pomegranates, pears, apples, grapes, and figs, along with many kinds of citrus are the most frequently used fruit, either fresh or dried. In Turkish cuisine, pul, composto, compote, or hosaf, from Persian koshab, literally meaning nice water, are among the main side dishes to meat or pilaf. Dolma and pilaf usually contain currants or raisins. Etli yapraksama, vine leaves stuffed with meat and rice, used to be cooked with sour plums in Ottoman cuisine. Turkish desserts do not normally contain fresh fruit, but may contain dried varieties. Eggplant, Turkish, patlıcan, has a special place in the Turkish cuisine. In some regions, meat, which was mostly eaten only at wedding ceremonies or during the Kurban Bayram, idulada, as etli pilaf with meat, has become part of the daily diet since the introduction of industrial production. Veal, formerly shunned, is now widely consumed. The main use of meat in cooking remains the combination of ground meat and vegetable, with names such as kıymalı fasulye, beans with ground meat, or kıymalı spinach, spinach with ground meat, which is almost always served with yogurt. Alternatively, in coastal towns, cheap fish such as sardines, sardalia, or hamsi, anchovies, are widely available, as well as many others with seasonal availability. Poultry consumption, almost exclusively of chicken and eggs, is common. Milk-fed lambs, once the most popular source of meat in Turkey, comprise a small part of contemporary consumption. Kuzu sevam, cooking milk-fed lamb on a spit, once an important ceremony, is rarely seen. Because it is currently a predominantly Islamic land, pork plays no role in contemporary Turkish cuisine. Yogurt is an important element in Turkish cuisine. In fact, the English word yogurt or yogurt derives from the Turkish word yogurt. Yogurt can accompany almost all meat dishes, kebabs, kofte, vegetable dishes, especially fried eggplant, courgette, spinach with minced meat etc., maize and a specialty called mant, folded triangles of dough containing minced meat. In villages, yogurt is regularly eaten with rice or bread. A thicker, higher-fat variety, sesame yogurt or strained yogurt, is made by straining the yogurt curds from the whey. One of the most common Turkish drinks, ayran, is made from yogurt. Also, yogurt is often used in the preparation of cakes, some soups and pastries. Turkey produces many varieties of cheese, mostly from sheep's milk. In general, these cheeses are not long matured, with a comparatively low fat content. The production of many kinds of cheese is local to particular regions. Bezpena is a salty cheese taking its name from its white color, white cheese. It is similar to feta but not as strong. This is produced in styles ranging from unmatured cheese curds to a quite strong mature version. It is eaten plain, for example as part of the traditional Turkish breakfast, used in salads, and incorporated into cooked foods such as menemen, börek and bide. Sokelek is one of two types of unsalted white cheese, made by boiling the whey left over from making bezpena. There are many regional varieties of sokelek. Some are eaten fresh while others are preserved, either by storage in goatskin bags or pottery jars, or by drying in the sun. Carrot and Ks are regional names for dried bricks of yogurt made from low-fat milk cow from Sokelek made from buttermilk. Lor is the other type of unsalted white cheese, similarly made from the whey left over from Khazar manufacture. Lor is used in traditional desserts made from unsalted cheese like hosmarin. Khazar is Turkey's other ubiquitous cheese, a moderately fatty sheep's cheese similar to the Greek kaseri, sometimes marketed as Turkish cheddar, being closer in consistency and taste to mild cheddar-style cheese than other Turkish cheeses. Less matured Khazar, called fresh Khazar, is widely consumed as well. Kaskaval is a wheel-shaped yellow sheep's cheese, similar to fresh Khazar. The name is probably of Italian origin. Tulum is a sheep's cheese preserved in an animal skin bag. There are regional varieties of tulum peynir in such areas as Izmir, Ademuz and Erzincan. Otlu peynir, Kerbed cheese, is produced in many areas, chiefly in East Anatolia. Traditionally sheep's or goat's milk is used, but more recently cow's milk otlu peynir has been produced. The type of herb used varies by region. In Van wild garlic is traditional. Bitlis otlu peynir contains a damp-loving herb known as sofotu. In other areas horse mint, mentha longifolia, and pimpina ardentho are used. Hellam is a salty, firm-textured cheese, generally with some mint added, made in Cyprus. In Turkey, it is common to fry hellam in a pan in some olive oil. Gruyere, analogous to Swiss Gruyere, is produced in Turkey as well. Among others, Kars is famous for its graviera. Mihalis peyniri or kel peyniri is a hard sheep's cheese that can be grated, like Parmesan cheese. Sometimes goat or cow milk is used. It is a specialty from Karakabi, a town in Bursa province which was called Mihalis during Byzantine and Ottoman period. Orgu peyniri, braided cheese, is a specialty from Diyarbakır. Circus peyniri means Circassian cheese. Soups. A Turkish meal usually starts with a thin soup, çorba. Soups are usually named after their main ingredient. The most common types being mercimek, lentil, çorbas, yogurt, or wheat, often mashed, called tarhana çorbas. Delicacy soups are the ones that are usually not the part of the daily diet, such as iskembe soup and pazar çorbas, although the latter also used to be consumed as a nutritious winter meal. Before the popularization of the typical Turkish breakfast, soup was the default morning meal for some people. Turkish cuisine has a range of savory and sweet pastries. Dough-based specialties form an integral part of traditional Turkish cuisine. The use of layered dough is rooted in the nomadic character of early Central Asian Turks. The combination of domed metal sack and oklava, the Turkish rod-style rolling pin, enabled the invention of the layered dough style used in börek, especially in suburi, or water pastry, a salty baklava-like pastry with cheese filling, gullars and baklava. Börek is the general name for salty pastries made with yufka, a thicker version of phyllo dough, which consists of thin layers of dough. Suburi, made with boiled yufka, phyllo layers, cheese and parsley, is the most frequently eaten. Sig börek, also known as tatarburi, is fried and stuffed with minced meat. Kolburi is another well-known type of börek that takes its name from its shape, as do fincan, coffee cup, muska, talisman, gulburi, rose, or sigaraburi, cigarette. Other traditional Turkish böreks include talazburi, phyllo dough filled with vegetables and diced meat, pifburi. Lazburi is a sweet type of börek, widespread in the Black Sea region. Porgaza is the label name for dough-based salty pastries. Likewise, sorek is another label name used for both sweet and salty pastries. Gozlim is a food typical in rural areas, made of lavish bread or phyllo dough folded around a variety of fillings such as spinach, cheese and parsley, minced meat or potatoes and cooked on a large griddle. Traditionally sak. Katmer is another traditional rolled-out dough. It can be salty or sweet according to the filling. Lamakun, meaning dough with meat in Arabic, is a thin flatbread covered with a layer of spiced minced meat, tomato, pepper, onion or garlic. Pied, which can be made with minced meat, together with onion, chopped tomatoes, parsley and spices, kashar cheese, spinach, white cheese, pieces of meat, braised meat, kavurma, sukyuk, paste or, and eggs put on rolled-out dough. is one of the most common traditional stone-baked Turkish specialities. Izmir is a soft bread found in most parts of Turkey. It is similar to simit in shape, is covered in a glaze, and is usually eaten as a part of breakfast or as a snack. A vegetable dish can be a main course in a Turkish meal. A large variety of vegetables are used, such as spinach, leek, cauliflower, artichoke, cabbage, celery, eggplant, green and red bell peppers, string bean and Jerusalem artichoke. A typical vegetable dish is prepared with a base of chopped onions, carrots sautéed first in olive oil and later with tomatoes or tomato paste. The vegetables and hot water will then be added. Quite frequently a spoon of rice and lemon juice is also added. Vegetable dishes usually tend to be served with its own water, the cooking water, thus often called in colloquial Turkish sulu yemek, literally a dish with juice. Minced meat can also be added to a vegetable dish, but vegetable dishes that are cooked with olive oil, zeytinyağlı, are often served cold and do not contain meat. Spinach, leek, string bean and artichoke with olive oil are among the most widespread dishes in Turkey. Dolma is the name used for stuffed vegetables. Like the vegetables cooked with olive oil as described above, dolma with olive oil does not contain meat. Many vegetables are stuffed, most typically green peppers, biber dolmas, eggplants, tomatoes, courgettes, or zucchini in the US. Kabak dolmas, vine leaves, yaprak dolmas. If vine leaves are used, they are first pickled in brine. However, dolma is not limited to these common types. Many other vegetables and fruits are stuffed with a meat and or rice mixture. For example, artichoke dolma, enginar dolmas, is an Aegean region specialty. Fillings used in dolma may consist of parts of the vegetable carved out for preparation, rice with spices and or minced meat. Mercimek kofte, although being named kofte, does not contain any meat. Instead, red lentil is used as the major ingredient together with spring onion, tomato paste etc. Imam baldi is a version of karnıyarık with no minced meat inside. It can be served as a meze as well. Fried eggplant in pepper is a common summer dish in Turkey. It is served with yogurt or tomato sauce and garlic. Mukva is prepared with grated squash, courgette or potatoes, egg, onion, dill and or cheese and flour. It can be either fried or cooked in the oven. Pilaf can be served either as a side dish or main dish, but bulgur pilaf made of boiled and pounded wheat, bulgur, is also widely eaten. The dish is made with kuru fasulye, white beans, nohurt, chickpeas, mercimek, lentils, borules, black-eyed peas, etc., combined with onion, vegetables, minced meat, tomato paste and rice, have always been common due to being economical and nutritious. Tursu is pickle made with brine, usually with the addition of garlic. It is often enjoyed as an appetizer. It is made with a large variety of vegetables, from cucumber to courgette. In the towns on the Aegean coast, the water of tursu is consumed as a drink. It comes from the Persian torshi, which refers to pickled torch, sour vegetables. Egg dishes. Menemen consists of scrambled eggs cooked with tomato, green pepper, and onion. Slbr is another traditional Turkish food made with poached eggs, yogurt and oil. Ispanak yumurta consists of eggs with spinach and onion. Kayganok can be described as something of a cross between the pancake and the omelette. In Ottoman cuisine, it used to be served with cheese, honey, crushed nuts, or eggplant. However, it is almost forgotten in the big cities of Turkey. Dolma is a verbal noun of the Turkish verb dolmak, to be stuffed or filled, and means simply stuffed thing. Dolma has a special place in Turkish cuisine. It can be eaten either as a meze or a main dish. It can be cooked either as a vegetable dish or meat dish. If a meat mixture is put in, it is usually served hot with yogurt and spices such as oregano and red pepper powder with oil. Zeytinyağlı dolma, dolma with olive oil, is the dolma made with vine leaves stuffed with a rice spice mixture and cooked with olive oil. This type of dolma does not contain meat, is served cold and also referred to as sarma, which means wrapping in Turkish. If dolma do not contain meat, they are sometimes described as yalank dolma, meaning fake dolma. Dried fruits such as figs or cherries and cinnamon used to be added into the mixture to sweeten zeytinyağlı dolma in Ottoman cuisine. Vine leaves, yaprak, could be filled not only with rice and spices but also with meat and rice, etli yaprek sarma, in which case it was often served hot with yogurt. The word sarma is also used for some types of desserts, such as fstk sarma, wrapped pistachio. Melon dolma along with quince or apple dolma was one of the palace's specialties, raw melon stuffed with minced meat, onion, rice, almonds, cooked in an oven. In contemporary Turkey, a wide variety of dolma is prepared, although it is not possible to give an exhaustive list of dolma recipes. Courgette, kabak, aubergine, patlıcan, tomato, tomates, pumpkin, ball kabak, pepper, biber, cabbage, lahana, black or white cabbage, chard, paz, and mussel, midai. Dolma constitute the most common types. Instead of dried cherries in the palace cuisine, currants are usually added to the filling of dolma cooked in olive oil. A different type of dolma is mumbar dolmas, for which the membrane of intestines of sheep is filled up with a spicy rice nut mixture. Turkey is surrounded by seas which contain a large variety of fish. Fish are grilled, fried or cooked slowly by the bugulama, poaching, method. Bugulama is fish with lemon and parsley, covered while cooking so that it will be cooked with steam. The term pilaki is also used for fish cooked with various vegetables, including onion in the oven. In the Black Sea region, fish are usually fried with thick corn flour. Fish are also eaten cold, as smoked, islim, or dried, siroz, canned, salted or pickled, lakada. Fish is also cooked in salt or in dough in Turkey. Pasdalevruk is a seafood speciality which consists of sea base cooked in charred leaves. In fish restaurants, it is possible to find other fancy fish varieties like bork dolma, stuffed fish, bork iskender, inspired by Iskender kebab, fish balls or fish empapillote. Fish soup prepared with vegetables, onion and flour is common in coastal towns and cities. In Istanbul, Zemunonu and other coastal districts, grilled fish served in bread with tomatoes, herbs and onion is a popular fast food. In the inner parts of Turkey, trout alabauk is common as it is the main type of freshwater fish. Popular seafood mezes at coastlines include stuffed mussels, fried mussel and fried calamar, squid, with tarhata sauce. Popular sea fish in Turkey include anchovy hamsi, sardine sardalia, bonito palimut, gilt-head bream supra or sipura, red mullet barbunya, sea bass levrek, whiting mesjet, allied to the codfish, or bacalhau, swordfish kls, turbot kalkan, red pandora mukan, transa, istavrit and white grouper Lagos. One of the world-renowned desserts of Turkish cuisine is baklava. Baklava is made either with pistachio or walnut. Turkish cuisine has a range of baklava-like desserts which include sorbet, bulbul yuvas, saraysamas, sutlu nuri, and sarburma. Kadayıf. Kadayıf is a common Turkish dessert that employs shredded yufka. There are different types of kadayıf, tel, wire, or burma, ring, kadayıf, both of which can be prepared with either walnut or pistachio. Although carrying the label kadayıf, ekmek kadayıf is totally different from tel kadayıf. Künefe and ekmek kadayıf are rich in syrup and butter, and are usually served with kaymak, clotted/scrambled butter. Künefe contains wire kadayıf with a layer of melted cheese in between, and it is served hot with pistachio or walnut. Among milk-based desserts, the most popular ones are muhalbi, su muhallebizi, sutlas, rice pudding, keskul, kazan dibi, meaning the bottom of kazan because of its burnt surface, and tavuk gogsu, a sweet, gelatinous, milk pudding dessert quite similar to kazan dibi, to which very thinly peeled chicken breast is added to give a chewy texture. A speciality from the Mediterranean region is hatel, which consists of pieces of starch pudding and ice cream, or crushed ice, put in rose water sweetened with syrup. Helva, hava, unhelvas, flour helva is usually cooked after someone has died. Irmak helvas, cooked with semolina and pine nuts. Yaz helvas, made from walnut or almond. Tahin helvas, crushed sesame seeds. Koz helva, pismani, floss hava. Other popular desserts include rivani, with semolina and starch, sekerpa, kalbura basma, dilbajud ag, veza parmag, ham gobki, kemal parza, tulumba, zerd, hosmarim, palus, irmak tatls, peltasi, lokma. Gullaz is a dessert typically served at Ramadan, which consists of very thin large dough layers put in the milk and rose water, served with pomegranate seeds and walnut. A story is told that in the kitchens of the palace, those extra thin dough layers were prepared with prayers, as it was believed that if one did not pray while opening phyllo dough, it would never be possible to obtain such thin layers. It can be described as a sweet soup containing boiled beans, wheat and dried fruits. Sometimes cinnamon and rose water is added when being served. According to legend, it was first cooked on Noah's Ark and contained 7 different ingredients in one dish. All the Anatolian peoples have cooked and are still cooking it, especially during the month of Muharram. Some traditional Turkish desserts are fruit-based: ava tatls, quince, insert tatls, fig, kabak tatls, pumpkin, elma tatls, apple, and armut tatls. Bear fruits are cooked in a pot or in the oven with sugar, carnation and cinnamon, without adding water. After being chilled, they are served with walnut or pistachio and kaymak. Homemade cookies are commonly called kurabiye in Turkish. The most common types are akbadem kurabiyesi, prepared only with egg, sugar and almond, unkurabiye, flour kurabiye, and savsli kurabiye with walnut. Another dough-based dessert is asogi. Tahin pekmez is a traditional combination especially in rural areas. Tahin is sesame paste and pekmez is grape syrup. These are sold separately and mixed before consumption. Lokum, Turkish delight, which was eaten for digestion after meals and called rahat hulkum in the Ottoman era, is another well-known sweet candy with a range of varieties. Sezai, savsli, walnut, sakyuk, named after its sakyuk-like shape, also known as churchkla in Circassian region, and pestil, fruit pastils, are among other common sweets. Marzipan badem ezmsi or fstk ezmsi, made of ground pistachio, is another common confection in Turkey. Another jelly-like Turkish sweet is makan. Mesa makanu of Manisa, Izmir, which was also called Nevruzi, as this makan was distributed on the first day of spring in the Ottoman palace, contains 41 different spices. It is still believed that mesa makanu is good for health and has healing effects. As with lokum, nain makanu, prepared with mint, used to be eaten as a digestive after heavy meals. Herbs and flowers having curative effects were grown in the gardens of Topkapı under the control of the chief doctor hekimbers and pharmacists of the palace, who used those herbs for preparing special types of makan and sherbet. Tavuk gogsu is a Turkish-style milky pudding with chicken breast. There are also several types of ice creams based salep powder or cornstarch with rose water, such as dondurma, Turkish gum ice cream, dried fruit ice cream rose petals. Dried fruit, used in dolma, pilaf, meat dishes and other desserts, is also eaten with almonds or walnuts as a dessert. Figs, grapes, apricots are the most widespread dried fruits. Kaymak, clotted cream butter, is often served with desserts to cut the sweetness. Turkish tea or Turkish coffee, with or without sugar, is usually served after dinner or more rarely together with desserts. Although the majority of Turks profess the Islamic religion, alcoholic beverages are as widely available as in Europe. However, some Turks abstain from drinking alcohol during the holy month of Ramadan. Raki, pronounced rak, is a most popular alcoholic drink in Turkey. It is considered as the national alcoholic beverage of Turkey. There are a few local brands of lager such as Bomonti, Marmara 34 and Efes Pilsen, and a large variety of international beers that are produced in Turkey such as Skol, Beck's, Miller, Foster's, Carlsberg and Tuborg. There are a variety of local wines produced by Turkish brands such as Sevalin, Kavakladir, Deluca, Corvus, Kara, Pamukkale and Diran, which are getting more popular with the change of climatic conditions that affect the production of wine. A range of grape varieties are grown in Turkey. For the production of red wine, the following types of grapes are mainly used: in Marmara region, Pinot Noir, Adakaras, Papazgaras, Semillon, Kuntra, Gamay, Sinsalt; in Aegean region, Carignan, Solgaras, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Alicante Bauche, in Black Sea region and eastern part of the country, Okuzgozu, Bogazgia, in central Anatolia, Kalisik Karas, Papazgaras, Dimrit, in Mediterranean region, Sergi Karas, Dimrit. As for white wine, the grapes can be listed as follows: in Marmara region, Chardonnay, Riesling, Semillon, Billus, Yapankak; in Aegean region, Muscat and Semillon; in Black Sea region, Nerins; in central Anatolia, Emir, Hasandid. In addition to mass production, it is quite popular to produce wine in private farms and sell them in the locality. Visitors can find different homemade wines in central Anatolia, Cappadocia region, Nefsa, Aegean coast, Selçuk and Bozkır'da, an island in the Aegean Sea. At breakfast and all day long Turkish people drink black tea. Tea is made with 2 teapots in Turkey. Strong bitter tea made in the upper pot is diluted by adding boiling water from the lower. Ayran, salty yogurt drink, is the most common cold beverage, which may accompany almost all dishes in Turkey, except those with fish and seafood. Salgam sayu, mild or hot turnip juice, is another important non-alcoholic beverage which is usually combined with kebabs or served together with rak. Boza is a traditional winter drink, which is also known as millet wine, served cold with cinnamon and sometimes with leblebi. Salep is another favorite in winter, served hot with cinnamon. Salep is extracted from the roots of wild orchids and may be used in Turkish ice cream as well. This was a popular drink in Western Europe before coffee was brought from Africa and came to be known. Sherbet, Turkish serbe, pronounced erbe, is a syrup which can be made from any of a wide variety of ingredients, especially fruits, flowers, or herbs. Examples include pear, quince, strawberry, apple, cornelian cherry, pomegranate, orange, rose petals, rose hips, or licorice and spices. Sherbet is drunk diluted with cold water. In classical Turkish cuisine, hosaf, from the Persian koshab, meaning fresh water, alternatively accompanies meat dishes and pilaf,